What's up, everybody? Hello. Hello, everyone. We've got John Cena, our Ming Shen Viper out here. Welcome to our live stream. This is Johnny Boy. He's a good dude. He is a highly venomous Ming Shen Viper, of course. What Viper? I know he blends in. That camouflage is incredible. Really can't even tell that he's there. And his name is Johnson. Exactly, that's true. Exactly. Loving that Ming Shen, my favorite species. Thanks. I agree. Definitely a top tier snake, that's for sure. Super beautiful snake. Absolutely. Wish I could sub, but I can't find the join button. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal with that is. You may have to do it through the website if you want to be able to do that. What's in the background? There with the other snake in the background up there. That is a black-tailed Crebo over there. That is a black-tailed Crebo. There's no snake. I know. Where is he? Where is he? All I see is a log. That's it. There's no snake there. It's crazy. Truly insane stuff. That is for sure. But welcome, everybody. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button to follow us and see more reptile content. We're going to come up to Hamburg later this month. I do plan on it, yes. I do plan on going up to the Hamburg Morgantown Reptile Expo later this month. Wish there was a snake on display. I know, right? I know. For real. Thanks, you're so beautiful and you're a wonderful owner. I enjoy your videos. Hey, from Southern Illinois. Thank you for the kind words, Amber. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Thank you, Bradley, for hitting that join button and becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. Remember, guys, we are doing a members only feeding live stream tonight in about an hour and a half. So if you want to watch some of our venomous snakes eat live on stream, make sure you hit that join button. We are going to be feeding some really cool venomous snakes tonight, including a king cobra, our red-headed crate, this guy John Cena right here, boom slings, and more. Should be a lot of fun. If I own a false water cobra, am I also a member of the Venomous Keepers Club? Not. I would say not really. They're not really a medically significant species, so I wouldn't really include that in the venomous category, though technically they are. They're in the lukewarm category rather than the hot category, if that makes any sense. Couldn't get the sub to work either, and I ended up deleting the app and signing into a new account, and it let me sub that way. After I did that, I didn't and got to watch the feed. Nice. Well, I'm glad that it worked for you eventually. I don't know why they make things so difficult sometimes. It's really a pain in the ass. Let's hope the snakes snake tonight. Yeah, exactly. Let's hope the snakes actually snake. Hopefully they do what they're supposed to do and don't be absolute hooligans. We're gonna have the cat in a lizard costume. I don't think I have a lizard costume for any of my cats, so that might be a little bit difficult to do, to be honest with you. See the Gaboon Viper fed in person. One of the highlights of having a family member high up in the zoo's food chain. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to watch. Gaboon Vipers obviously have a very fast strike and a very powerful strike as well. So it's always interesting to see them eat in person. I quite enjoy feeding my Gaboon Viper, which we will be feeding next week on stream. Recently discovered your channel. Your videos are really cool. Love your beautiful reptiles and also Little Man, of course, because I'm afraid that me not saying so would lead to Little Man going after me. Absolutely valid. He would definitely track you down. But thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. I'll buy the catalyst costume if you'll use it. I'll have to ask Sarah. She'll probably put it on the cats, to be honest with you. What's the most medically insignificant venomous snake that you own? If we're including rear-fanged venomous snakes, then I would say the false water cobra. If we're not including rear-fanged venomous snakes, I would probably say my Cape coral cobras, my Angolan coral cobras, I would say. Inspired me. I want to be a herpetologist when I grow up. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. It's definitely, if it's something you're passionate about, absolutely try and do something along those lines in the future. Absolutely, but welcome everyone, welcome all the new people. We do reptile live streams here. We're going to take a look at a bunch of different venomous snake species tonight, and of course, we'll be doing a members only feeding live stream later on as well. Should be a lot of fun, but if you're new here, please do consider hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button as well. I meant the monitor lizard. What about the monitor lizard? Oh, God. I did not see what comment you were referencing. Um, oh, you mean oh, I understand now. Never mind. We're good. Show me that rhino viper. I don't have a rhino viper, unfortunately. I just have the gaboon viper. When you make more mods, Joey, going off last night didn't go great. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably throw a couple new mods into the fold here. I do think that would probably be a decent idea. How's Raptor? Good. We're gonna be feeding Raptor tonight. He's doing well. I just bought him a very large stick at a reptile expo, so hopefully he enjoys his big stick. I haven't put it in his enclosure yet, but I will be doing so. Don't see just such a rare snake. How many do they estimate are in the wild? Around 500. Around 500, Heidi, is the estimation of the wild population. How do you join? Get a channel membership? There should be a join button somewhere. If you are on Android, you should be able to hit that green button at the bottom of your screen where it says member, where someone else became a member. If you click that, it might give you the option to become a channel member. If not, it should be somewhere on screen or on my channel page. If it's not, then you'll have to go to YouTube online. So if you click on Safari or Google Chrome and go to YouTube on there, you should be able to figure it out. It should show up as an option online rather than in the app if you're on Apple. I did enjoy watching your video of you move across the states. How stressed was that to move with all your snakes, with so many snakes as rare as you have to move? It was definitely a pain in the butt for sure. Definitely a pain in the butt. I will say that for sure. To make that move, it was around a 6-hour drive or so, maybe a little longer. But definitely a pain, very stressful for sure. Missed the first YouTube live. I was so sick yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're feeling better. What happened to TikTok? TikTok is very cringe, so we're not really streaming on there anymore. Actually, none of those things work. I'm sorry to hear that, Sherry. I know other people have gotten those to work, so I'm not sure why that isn't working for you. I wish there was some way that I was able to help you out further. Joey, have you turned on join through membership for your channel? Yes, I have, Patty. It should be an option for you. If it's not an option on screen or on my profile, then you may have to try online. If you go to your Google Chrome or Safari and go to YouTube through that, it should show up as an option on my channel. iPhones, Apple doesn't really. Apple charges extra for like in-app purchases. There's what's called an Apple tax. So I believe that in the YouTube app on iPhones, it doesn't let you join through the app because YouTube doesn't want Apple taking that extra 30%. So they recommend that you do it through the internet instead. I know they don't have a specific anti-venom for the Mengshen, but does another one cover it or mitigate their bites? I understand they are a pretty bad one to get bitten by. Yes, Carl, very, very good question. There have been bites that have been treated with some level of success with other antivenoms. I know for a fact that the Thai Red Cross chemotoxic polyvalent antivenom has been used on at least one bite down in Florida to successfully help with treatment. I believe there's another antivenom that has also shown promise with some level of functionality, but I don't know what the other antivenom was. I do know that the Thai hemotoxic polyvalent has worked as well. That's the one I heard of, the Florida bite. Yes, makes sense. Thank you, Fells Apprentice, for hitting that join button and becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Hopefully, you stick around for that members only feeding stream that we're doing later on tonight. Bro, I love your channel. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Show little man. He is the cutest. I can check to see if he's awake. Sometimes he goes to bed a little bit early, so I'm not so sure he'll be out. Such an amazing creature and so passive being out of its enclosure. Yeah, it's just because I'm not messing with him right now. As long as I just leave him there and don't bother him too much, he's not going to freak out or anything like that. Who are you going to take out next? I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. Are you going to get another one to breed them? I would certainly love to get another one. This one's a male, so I would have to get a female if I want to breed them. Unfortunately, it takes a while to breed these guys. So they don't mature until around the 6 or 7 year mark. So just getting them to that age of maturity is a bit of a pain. And thank you, Carl, for becoming a channel member as well. I appreciate that. What are the Chinese doing to conserve the Mengshan vipers? I heard yesterday there are only 300 now. I'm not 100% sure about their conservation programs. I know they are protected throughout their range, and they're trying to fight against like poaching and things like that. But I'm not 100% sure about like the specific conservation programs that are in effect. What's your most memorable YouTube moment? Honestly, I'm not too sure. I haven't been doing YouTube for too long in terms of like full length YouTube videos and stuff. So I'm not sure what my most memorable YouTube moment is, to be honest with you. How did I join to be a member again? I'm sorry I missed it. If you're on anything but Apple, there should be an option for you like on screen, or if you hit one of the green member tags on the bottom, you may be able to do it through there. If you're on an iPhone, you may have to go through the internet. So through Safari or through Google Chrome, you'll have to go to my channel through there to be able to actually become a channel member. It's the join button. Can you show some cobras, please? I like them too. Yeah, we will take at least one cobra out later tonight. We usually end off with a cobra because we don't want to keep them stressed out for a super long period of time. We'll just take them out for 15 minutes at the end of it. I'm sure you know my question. Yes, Melody, I do know your question. The answer is I'm getting my license switched to South Carolina license so that they can actually prove that I'm a South Carolina resident, so that they can give me the PO box that I paid for 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, that's what we're doing now, because me and Sarah still both don't have South Carolina license. I don't even have a Virginia license. I lived in Virginia for 4 years, and I still have an Ohio license because I'm special. Actually was able to join for a stream. Nice. Heck yeah. Are you planning to get a ball python one day? This is a joke. Yeah, not exactly. The only ball pythons that I buy anymore are as feeders for my red-headed krait and my king cobra, of course, being snake-eating snakes. Sarah has it. My girlfriend Sarah has 2 ball pythons, though. Hey Joey, I love your voice. Please read me a bedtime story. I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe we'll make a different channel for stuff like that. Your license never expired in that time. It actually did. I had to get it renewed. I was able to get it renewed. I was in the military, so I was able to just get it renewed online. So they gave me a 10-year renewal. So that's why I didn't bother changing it. What's your top 3 wish list of venomous? Probably blue coral snake at number 1, I would say. Blue coral snake's probably my number 1. Let's see. A melanistic or leucistic krait would be really cool. Same with the leucistic king cobra. And then I'd say the phase viper is up there as well. And then there are some other ones too that are really, really cool. Some of the rarer palm pit vipers from Central and South America are super cool. And some of the Atheris species from Africa are really cool too. There's a lot of really cool ones that I would like. I don't know if I could give you a three range, to be honest. Do you have a fertile lance? I have a couple of lancet species. I have a Brazilian lancet and a Rutu. By the way, really like the bits in the shorts. Been watching for months. No idea why I waited so long to get the membership. Just corrected that. Well, I appreciate the support, Carl. Thank you. Appreciate it. How's Crady Perry doing? She's doing good. We're going to try and feed her today. I don't know if Crady Perry's going to eat today because it does look like she's going into shed right now. So we'll try to feed her on stream later. during the member feeding stream. But I'm not so sure she's actually going to eat just because she is in shed right now. She has in the past sometimes. She also has not. So I know you love Paradise Flying Snakes. Will you ever get one? I do. They're super awesome. I would love to get one. I'm just not sure when I'll be able to. I need a steady supply of feeders for a snake like that. That's a lizard eating snake. They'll probably only eat lizards realistically, if we want to keep them healthy long term. So we're going to have to get a solid lizard colony or lizard feeder source if we want to get one of those in the future. Who's your most annoying lappet out of all the ones you have? Probably Lucifer, my ring calls. He's just a pain in the ass. He's the most annoying. He's not the most dangerous one to handle. Those are the coastal type hands, but he's the most annoying to handle just because he spits venom everywhere. Up in South Carolina, it's a pain in the butt at the local DMV. Wonderful. I can't wait. Do you own a 100 pacer? Not yet. In the future, hopefully though. Are you still in the military, and do your command ever give you any crap for owning any of that stuff that you do, or did you just kind of fly under the radar with them? I'm not in the military anymore. I got out in October, and I did not fly under the radar. I was actually very open about it. Everyone knew that I owned all these animals and that I did social media with them. And luckily, it only came up as a question like once, and that was not in terms of like the danger aspect, but in terms of like taking my focus off my military work, which I assured them that it wouldn't do. And then after that, everyone seemed more or less supportive of what I was doing, which I did appreciate. Are you ever going to get a green anaconda? If I open a reptile zoo, I most likely will. I had one for a little while, but maybe a year or two ago, but I ended up sending her over to Brandon, the Venoman 20. The texture issues eat. Yes, it took me at least 10 minutes after I stopped streaming trying to get him to eat. He finally did. Thanks to the live stream. No problem. Thank you for joining. What did you do in the military? I was a nuclear tech in the Navy. Is the Rinkhals the most ill-tempered, or is there a worse one to deal with? The coastal type hands are probably the worst to deal with. Lucifer is just the most annoying because he gets pissed off very easily and sprays venom literally everywhere. Loser might be annoying, but Darnell hissing constantly is very funny. Also, your videos are the first time I actually hear what Snake sounds like, and that's really cool. Well, awesome. Glad I could help show you that. Where in North Carolina were you? I'm in Wilmington. Nice. I lived in Virginia for a few years, and I just moved to South Carolina. So I've never lived in North Carolina. But I'm in central South Carolina now. What makes you want to collect venomous snakes? I just really like them. I think they're really cool. Lots of different unique species. They look different. There's some super cool colors, super unique animals that I love being able to learn about and share with other people. That's kind of why I do it more or less. Does your king cobra growl at you? Yes. She only does it when she's eating, though. If she's got a snake in her mouth and I get too close, then she'll growl at me. Or if I kind of tug on it a little bit, then she will growl at me. What part of Virginia? I lived in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia for 4 years. How many animals do you have? Got around 50 to 55 animals. Most of those are snakes, but I do have a handful of lizards as well, including Raptor, my Argus monitor, and my Gila monster as well, and Little Man, of course. Dangshi will growl. Yes, there are a couple of snake species that are able to growl. It's not a common adaptation, but king cobras are one of the ones that will predominantly do it. Steve is a special one that I have enjoyed in the YouTube shorts. Yeah, he's a goofball. He is a goofball. Do you like bearded dragons? I love them. I posted a video about them. My girlfriend has a bearded dragon, and a bearded dragon is actually my first pet reptile, so I do like them. Which one of your snakes could run a nuclear submarine? Definitely, I would say Shelby. She's the only one intelligent enough. Definitely. Is your king chill like Kevin or annoying? She's not bad at all. I wouldn't say she's chill, but she respects me and I respect her. So we got a good working relationship. She doesn't try to kill me very frequently, which I appreciate. Venom Central is a big superterrium in South Carolina. Is Monster Gaboons. Yeah, I'll have to go check out his place. I haven't been down there yet, but I will have to hop on over there and take a look at some point. I love Steven. Thank you for all the snake info. I like to watch your videos and see you handling them. Nice. Well, I appreciate your support. Are you part of the Virginia Herpetological Society? I'm not. I mean, I don't live in Virginia anymore. The only Virginia group that I'm a part of anymore is the Reptile Education of Virginia. And the only event that I'm doing with them is we're doing an exhibit at the Virginia Living Museum in March. And I'll be bringing some venomous snakes for an exhibit. Have you met Brian Barczyk? I did. Love Ming Shen, such amazing camouflage. Super cool snakes for sure. Super beautiful. Steve's a good boy and won't hurt anyone. True. True. He does try to kill me frequently, though. On another note, do you play any instruments? I'm super, super good on the triangle. I'm a very good triangle player. Thank you for showing me your work slash snakes. No problem. No problem. My pleasure. Do you ever dream about your snakes? I don't think I dream about my snakes. I used to dream about like getting killed by snakes. That was pretty epic. I haven't had one of those in a while though. Maybe I'm just more. That was like even before I kept venomous snakes though, so it's kind of neat. Can you imagine if Steve, Hillary, and Darnell are manning a sub? That cracks me up. That would be pretty epic. Are you keeping your collection private or planning an educational facility? I would love to open a facility at some point. We just need to get to a place where that would be financially possible. I'm not so sure that we're going to be able to do that right now. It would be, a future project, and I would have to be able to fund it. That's obviously a lot of money to set up something like that. Gorgeous mention. Thank you, John. How's Critty Perry doing? She's doing well. She's in shed right now. We are trying to feed her tonight, but since she is shedding, I'm not so sure she'll actually eat. We'll have to wait and see. Where do you get venomous? You kind of, it depends on the type. There are some reptile expos that allow the sale of venomous snakes, but other times you can get them directly from breeders or get them directly imported from other countries. It just kind of depends on the situation and what you're looking for. I'd add a Wagglers to the collection. I had success keeping them. Well, they're super cool. They are fairly sensitive snakes, though. Not that I don't keep any other sensitive snakes, but it's something I'd be potentially interested in the future. When I first started keeping odds, I kept having dreams that I'd get tagged and then I'd just wait for the events to take place, but they never come and I would just stress waiting to die. It sounds pretty epic. Sounds like a good time. How's Wally? Wally the Wallaby is bing chilling right now. He's doing super well. Doing super well. I just showed my coworker your page. She loves the names you've given your snakes. Well, thank you for sharing me around, and thank you for the compliment on the names. I think they're pretty cool. What website do you get the snakes from? I don't get snakes from any websites anymore. It's not something that I do. I know all the people for the most part that will be having the good stuff, and I can make connections through other people if need be, rather than going through websites. So that $7,000 leucistic cottonmouth, that was insane. I wonder if it sold. It did not sell. That guy's been trying to sell it for like a year or two. He wants way too much for it. No one's going to pay $7,000 for a cottonmouth. It's just not going to happen. Have you ever considered writing up care sheets for any of your rarer or more difficult to keep snakes for whom information is not exactly readily available? You're having really good success. Yeah, that is definitely something that I can do in the future. Definitely something I can think about doing. Miss watching you. Well, here I am. I'm right here. Can I see Smoke Danger Noodle? Who is Smoke Danger Noodle? Who is Smoke Danger Noodle? I have a few different crates coming in. Any tips on keeping them alive? Not a ton of info online. Are you in the US, Kyle? I should get my corn snake out and show him to your guy on screen. That would be a good idea. I didn't hear you answer my question. My bad. I might have missed it. I apologize. Would you get a black throat monitor? Yes. My girlfriend absolutely loves black throat monitors. She has been talking about getting one for a while. We just don't have the space for, a potential 7-foot monitor lizard right now. No, not in the US, unfortunately. Gotcha. Makes sense. Are they, I'm assuming wild caught? There's only like one or person I am aware of breeding any crate species, and he's only breeding, or they're only breeding one. So you're like the father that gave me my interest to me, like even though I'm not related to you and I've never actually met you in person. Thank you for introducing me to reptiles. No problems. My pleasure. I'm glad I could help you get your passion. Johnny, yes. What website do you recommend to get venomous snakes from? No website. I don't recommend getting venomous snakes from a website. Black throats are a big commitment, definitely. Have you ever thought about getting a croc monitor? Yes, they're pretty cool. Wild caught banded and wild caught Malayan crates. Okay, gotcha. Best thing you can do is keep them in an area where they're not going to be heavily stressed out. So keep them in a low light area without a lot of foot traffic. Make sure that the enclosure they're in has good ventilation. Keep it humid, and feed them snakes, and you will have your best success if you do that. That would be my advice if you're looking at keeping crates. Uh, Ever to get a crocodile? Yes, absolutely. I've been looking at getting a dwarf crocodile for a little while now, but not till I have everything set up for one, of course. Everyone should join. It's worth it. We have a lot of fun and love to watch the snakes not snake. True. Who's your venomous influence? I don't know. I guess Steve Irwin. There wasn't really like a keeper of venomous that influenced me at all, but watching him handling stuff growing up, I would say had an impact on me. Are you gonna get any caimans? Maybe a spectacled caiman. I'm not as big into the caimans. Spectacles are kind of cool though. What a rattlesnake. They're interesting. Definitely not for the beginner though. It's 2 a.m. here, so I'm off to bed. Thank you for the awesome content and education. No problem. Have a good one. Thanks for the support. How are the new soft skill vipers doing? Good. The male has eaten, the female did not. So well, that's good considering we haven't had them very long. So I'm happy that at least one of them is eaten already, although the other one hasn't. So we'll try again next in maybe in like 5 days. We'll try feeding the female again. If she doesn't eat, then we'll try feeding her a live rodent, and we'll see if she eats that. Are there venomous snakes that are too dangerous to keep? That's all going to be relative. I mean, the most dangerous snakes to keep are probably black mambas, coastal taipans, and tree cobras. I have coastal taipans myself. I know people that keep black mambas, so I guess the real test would be tree cobras, but no one's been able to get those in the U.S. in years. So, have you ever heard of the Yoink Man? I feel like you and the Yoink Man can team up. Yes, I know Garrett. We were hoping to get a video done last year when I was down in Florida, but things fell through. So maybe, hopefully this year we'll be able to do a collab. Did Texture Issues eat last night? Yes, I had to finagle with him for like 10 minutes, but I got him to eat. Would you keep a black mamba? In the future, I would if once I get my reptile zoo done. I don't really want one in my house though. Hi, I'm a huge fan. Well, thank you, Jax. I appreciate the support. Can you show me how you keep your blue Komodo viper species snake? There are many ways you can keep them. Just make sure you keep them in a decent sized enclosure with perches and water and food. They're very simple to keep. There should be care guides online for snakes like that. I've got extra for those in Michigan, but they're almost 6,400 for what? For Mengshen vipers? They are very expensive snakes for sure. Have you ever had a close call with one of your snakes? Yes. Have you ever met Chandler? Yes. There's a video of me and him on my channel. I did a collab with him last year. So go on my channel and watch the video. Will you ever get another boom sling? Maybe not. I have 3 boom slings already. So try to make some content with Chandler. He's got a king cobra and a black mamba. I already have. We did a collab video a few months back. You can check it out on my channel. It was right before the hurricane hit. Hi all, and it's here, so can't figure out membership. Well, that's unfortunate, but good to see you. If you ever get the chance to come to Australia, Steve Zoo is a must-see, go to his life work, and lover still very much kept alive. Well, that's good to hear. I would definitely go to there if I end up going to Australia, which I'm sure I will at some point. Blue and Solaris is my favorite ears based on beauty. Fair enough. Super beautiful snakes for sure. You know if it's true that there's never been a death from a copperhead bite? That is not true. There have been deaths from copperheads. They're very rare, and I believe a majority, if not all of them, have had some kind of health issue related to them, some kind of pre-existing health issue, or it was an elderly person or something like that. But that being said, I wouldn't discount their ability to inflict a potentially dangerous bite. They are generally considered to be less venomous than most other venomous snakes, but still capable of putting you in the hospital for sure. That's the Mengshen viper, right? Probably not spelling it right. Yes, this is the Mengshen viper. What do you find a Malaysian king cobra? Malaysia. Um, he does have non-venomous snakes. Yes, we do have non-venomous snakes. Indeed. Would you get a tegu? Maybe. I've never seen a boom sling act crazy. People act so afraid of them. They seem chill, or am I wrong? They're chill in the open. If you back them into a corner, if you get them in a defensive mode, they are very crazy and very quick moving as well. What's your favorite snake that you don't have? The blue coral snake for sure. What's the thing in the back that's all flat in the face? It looks sick. The thing in the back with the flat. What do you mean? I mean, that's a Crebo back there. It doesn't have a flat face though. What's a good reptile for my 3-year-old who is asking for one? There's not really anything that they would be able to safely like deal with or handle. I would say your best get bet is something like a leopard gecko, but keep in mind that you would have to take care of it. Obviously, a 3-year-old wouldn't be able to. Gold street cobras are super rare in the wild as well. Yes, street cobras are quite rare to see in the wild. My friend's mom was in the hospital for 4 days over a copperhead bite. Dang, that's tough. You just do a video with Justin Igualada. He's very educated and also a good example from the hobby. Like, you think it'd be a great match? I'll have to look into that and see who he is. I'll have to look him up and see who he is. Cantil is basically a copperhead on steroids. Yeah, more or less. The Cantil is the Mexican relative to the copperheads and cottonmouths we have up here in the United States. They are definitely more venomous. What do you do for a living? I do social media full time right now. I recently got out of the military. I was a nuclear tech in the Navy for 6 years, and before that, I was in high school, which I did have a part time McDonald's fry cook job. So, I've been around the block. My 3 professions have been McDonald's fry cook, nuclear tech in the Navy, and then social media influencer. It's been quite the life I've lived. And where do you buy Malaysian King Cobra at? Vincent, I'll be 100% honest with you. Based on your questions, I'm a little bit worried that you're going to try and just buy a venomous snake that you're probably not ready to own. So I'm not going to be giving you that information based on your comments. No disrespect to you, but if you were asking where to buy a Malaysian King Cobra, then you shouldn't be owning a Malaysian King Cobra. That's you would know where to get all the venomous snakes if you're at that level to be able to safely keep one of them. Do you have any rock rattlesnakes? I do not have any rock rattlesnakes at the moment. What's your favorite snake that you don't have? Blue coral snake for sure. Have you ever been to Snake Road in Illinois? It's a migration season twice a year to see some snakes. I haven't been there yet, Amber, but I do want to go there. It's been a plan of mine to go there at some point. You need to bring the guy who gets stung by all those bugs to your house, Coyote Peterson. That would be kind of funny. Do you have any venomous snakes? This is a venomous snake. I've got around 40 venomous snakes. What snake is this? I just joined. This is the Mengshen viper. It's an endangered species from China. Is your venomous license hard to get in the States? It's a state by state thing, Julian. So it depends which state you live in. There's nothing at the federal, the country level. It's delegated power down to the states. What is a Crebo? It's the Central or South American version of the indigo snake. If you've ever heard of the Texas indigo or the Eastern indigo. I looked at blue coral snakes. They're super cool. Absolutely, they are. Absolutely. Good reptile for the year-old is a crested leopard. Yeah, that would probably be better. What's your favorite animal to work with? I really like working with Shelby the king cobra. I really like working with Raptor, my monitor lizard. I would say those two are probably my favorites. Also, my crate. She's really cool. What's a good chill, not too big starter snake? I mean, ball pythons are fine. King snakes, corn snakes, hognose snakes, those all make fine beginner level snakes that don't get super big. Who's the snake in the background? That's a black-tailed Crebo. Are you planning on getting a male red-headed crate to breed with Grady Perry? I would like to try in the future. That is something I would like to look at, but we'll have to see. I'll have to make sure she is at a level where she would be able to safely survive laying eggs. So we would have to see about that. I would need to put a little more weight on her before that being an option. We had a funeral garden 2 years ago and left them because they would help the moles in our yard. Nice. Have you ever handled an Australian brown snake? I have not. Brown snakes are super, super rare in the United States in captivity. Very hard to get. We're very, very hard to get. Where do you buy Malaysian king cobra at? I already answered that question, Vincent. Okay, let's see. I want to see Raptor. He's downstairs. We are going to be feeding. Um, we're going to be feeding Raptor on the members only live stream. So if you want to see Raptor, we only go down there during the feeding stream. So you do have to become a channel member to see that because he is downstairs in a separate room. So it'd be way out of the way for me to go downstairs right now to get a closer look at him, if that makes any sense. But we are planning on already going down there later on today. Why do you never see browns or tiger snakes available in the U.S., but we see taipans? Because taipans were already in the U.S. being bred the before the Australian export ban happened. I will, but I have experience though, dude. I'll be honest with you. If you don't know how to get a king cobra, you probably don't have the experience level that you should have to get a king cobra. 100% honesty, no judgment. That's just my belief. You ever heard of lance? I think the Lancet viper. I do have two species of Lancet vipers. I have the Brazilian Lancet and the Urutu Lancet. How long is the Crebo? Over 8 feet? No, she's about 6 feet long. I say it only allows native hot species to be kept, all except one rattlesnakes. The other is a coral. Any rattlesnakes that have a more beginner temperament. I'm assuming you were in. Are you in either Arizona or Georgia by chance? I would guess based on the laws that you're in one of those two states. I would say so. It depends on which state you're in for me to give you a good recommendation. You should definitely get a rock rattlesnake. They're super pretty. They only get around 2 feet long. They are cool. They definitely are cool. I have some similar rattlesnakes called Mexican pygmy rattlesnakes. They are similar looking. There's some king snakes, milk snakes for sale near me, and I really want one. Heard they're good for beginners. They are good at beginner snakes. Just make sure you're looking up care guides online before you get something like that. What's the most expensive besides Crady? This snake right here, the Mengshen Viper, I spent $2,500 on. This is the most expensive snake that I've personally bought. Although I do have, like my coastal taipans, I could probably sell for more, even though I bought them for less, if that makes any sense. How dangerous is a bite from a Crebo? Not dangerous at all, considering they're non-venomous. As this little snake way tougher than others to deal with. They're annoying. I wouldn't say they're tougher, but they are certainly annoying. Would you rehome a surrendered venomous? I know Florida has a program for exotic MSCAs to work with a bunch of rehomed exotic constrictors. If the state reached out to me, I would consider it. It would depend on the circumstances and stuff. But if I was reached out to, then I would consider it. What's the best beginner monitor lizard that I could get? The Aki monitor. The Aki monitor is the best starter level monitor lizard. Why are Theris bush vipers so damn hard to keep alive? I've been to keeping hots for a year now, and I love my squams and my clarigus, but they all seem to die with no explanation. That I couldn't tell you. It could be a number of different reasons. Could be parasites from being wild caught. Could be lack of proper humidity or overfeeding or underfeeding. Could be, I mean, it could be a number of reasons. Could be some kind of infection or virus going through, because in general, arboreal venomous snakes are a little bit more susceptible to viral contagions and things like that. Best beginner venomous snake, probably a copperhead. Mangs are more expensive than crates? Yes, they are. Do you own a snake with weird or a different diet? I mean, I know you can kill eat snakes, but do you have another? Yes, my red-headed crate also eats snakes. Why are the taipans so plentiful, but other Australians are so rare? Because Australia has had an export ban. They don't allow exportation of any wildlife at all for decades. Taipans were already being bred in the US, so that's why they survived. The other stuff weren't at all. Shelby is a snake eater too? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. That green is very pretty. Thank you. I think so as well. Definitely a beautiful snake, the Mengshen Viper. That's a big colubrid. Does the Crebo stay the color or is it in shed? The Crebo that's a black-tailed Crebo. They stay like a brownish, beigeish coloration with a darker tail. Do you own a king brown snake? No, I do not. Do you have files of antivenom for your exotics? We're working on getting antivenom this year. We are working on getting it. Australian Browns are crazy. Yes. Arizona is correct. I figured it was one of the two. So if you're in Arizona, I would say definitely stay away from the coral snake. They're a pain in the ass to keep alive in captivity, especially the Arizona or Sonoran coral snake. You got a lot of options being in Arizona. There are some smaller rattlesnakes that you could keep, which are kind of unique. Um, Speckled rattlesnakes are pretty cool. They're a little bit more expensive and a little bit more finicky to keep alive. Obviously, you could get something like a Western Diamondback or a Mojave, but there, I mean, there's so many different options. I would just get what, honestly, most of them are similar to keep in terms of difficulty level. I would just get whichever one you want to keep the most, probably. I'm in upstate South Carolina. Welcome to the state. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's the best training snake for venomous? Depends on the kind of venomous snake that you want to keep. Mangrove snakes make decent trainers. Crebos make decent trainers. False water cobras make decent trainers. I would say tiger rat snakes are probably a good trainer if you want to keep like cobras and stuff and fast moving elapids. It just kind of depends though. Can you do videos about what your emergency bike kit looks like and if you milk them? So I don't milk them, but I can go over protocols and stuff in the future. I was going to do a video series where I go over like the difficulties of each individual venomous snake species and how terrible of a pet they make based on, a number of factors, price points, medical processes if a bite were to happen and whatnot. Where I do a whole video going over that individual snake and what it's like keeping them in captivity. Almost stepped on a brown snake a few months back. They have good camouflage. It seemed pretty happy to just leave me alone once I took a step back. Yeah, most snakes won't come after you if you just take a step back. That's one of the great things about being a human is you have arms and legs. Unlike snakes, you can just simply walk away from them. And guess what? That's it. That's the conflict done. Very simple thing to do, to be honest. When are you going to get another snake? We just got two more new snakes this past weekend. We got a pair of saw-scaled vipers. So I thought Snake YouTube Man would enjoy Steve Irwin. Yes, I grew up watching Steve Irwin for sure. How dangerous is stiletto snake venom? It's not considered to be life-threatening for the most part. Generally, stiletto snake venom is very, very localized and very necrotizing. So what it'll do is it'll slowly rot away your flesh and your bone. So a lot of people get bit by stiletto snakes almost exclusively on the thumb or like pointer finger from trying to handle them. Um, so what'll usually happen is that appendage, that thumb or finger, will start rotting away. And a lot of times it leads to localized amputation. So not a pleasant bite to have, but not generally going to be life-threatening. It's going to be more immediate, localized type of damage, and they do not have anti-venom as well. Your main Shen Viper is so chill right now. Yeah, he's literally just sitting there vibing. Do you have an asp? Yes, the stiletto snake. The Bibrone's stiletto snake. He's playing the part of Moss and nailing it awesomely. Yes, absolutely. Do you have a spider tail horn viper? Not at the moment. I'd like to get some in the future, but I don't have any right now. I just don't have the kind of money to drop on those. They're super expensive snakes. Are Krivas buddy and would they be comfortable in a 4x4 PVC enclosure? Yeah, so I would say you would need, at least a 4-foot enclosure for a Kribo. They're very bitey when they think they're being fed, but usually they're super chill outside of their enclosure. Once they're outside of their enclosure, they're pretty chill. The reptile that you went to in Colombia to get your taipans. I was supposed to go that Saturday, but my car broke down, so I ended up going Sunday. Then I found out you went Saturday. That is unfortunate. I did just go to the Columbia Reptile or Repticon this past weekend as well. What is the best large terrestrial monitor I could get? I don't want a large aquatic one, so I was thinking African rock or Argus from Australia. Yeah, so it depends on what you're looking for. If you want something that's slower moving, then the one of the African rock monitors would be good, like a white throat or a black throat. White throats get smaller, black throats get bigger, so that's how you would probably want to make your determination between those two. If you want something that's more athletic and active, then yes, an Argus monitor would be a good option for a larger terrestrial monitor. Do keep in mind that they're much more active, always constantly running around and stuff. Has Raptor ever been featured in a long form video? I can't recall. No, he has not been featured in a long format video yet. We will at some point. I have several videos that I have to be, I plan on working on in the near future. There was a recent big bust on blue tongues being illegally exported to Australia. Dang, that is unfortunate, but hey, that's what happens when you do a complete ban on exportation. It just means that there's going to be more illegal exportation because now you're increasing the price due to there being a lower supply. It's basic supply and demand economics. So what they should do is they should allow for permittation for captive bred Australian wildlife to be able to be exported legally, but instead they have a complete ban on all Australian wildlife exportation, which just means that the value gets raised, which means more poaching and more illegal wildlife trade is going to happen because the animals inherently become more valuable, if that makes any sense. At least in my opinion. You have a spotted horned viper? No, not at the moment. Thought about getting professional photos taken of any of the snakes. I have had some of them. I have had professional photos taken for some of them. Yes, not. I haven't had it for all of them, but for a decent number of the more rare and unique ones, like my crate, I've actually had professional photos taken of. Joey's never been bit by a venomous snake. True, very true. What snake do you have out today? This is the Ming Shen Viper. It's an endangered species from China. Remember, guys, by the way, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton when you guys subscribe, of course. Also, we are doing a members only video, a members only feeding stream after this. So consider hitting that join button to become a channel member if you want to watch us feed a bunch of these venomous snakes, including our beautiful king cobra today. Weird question. Does a creeper have nocturnal eyes? No, there are diurnals. They have more diurnal eyes, if that makes any more sense. More rounded pupils. Definitely not a coral. Cheers for the device. Speckles are gorgeous. They certainly are. They come in a bunch of different color patterns and stuff. They come in blue, white, pink, orange. I mean, a lot of different colors for them. So they're definitely a cooler one. They're a little bit more difficult to keep alive in captivity, but not quite a lot. I would say the worst one to probably start off with would be the Sidewinder rattlesnake. All the other ones you should have relative decent chance of success at keeping successfully. Have you ever heard of Venom Man who gets bit by extremely venomous snakes and the Venom Man isn't affected by the venom? He's insane. Yes, I know of him. His name's Tim Freed. What's the best trainer for something like the Komodo Island Vipers? So they're a little bit unique. They're a little bit different. They're strict arboreal, prehensile-tailed vipers. There aren't really many snakes that I would consider to be good trainers for them, to be honest with you. There really aren't. You have a Gaboon Viper? I find them fascinating and beautiful. Yes, we do have a Gaboon Viper. Her name's Gabby. Gabby the Gaboon Viper. She is pretty epic and chill. We take her out a decent amount. Does the continent need more aquatic except no, we just have a big water dish in there. She tends to be more terrestrial. Crocs have been saying hi in backyards. Nice. Who's Vincent? People keep saying Vincent. Who's this Vincent guy? I don't understand. If I missed a guy, there, Vincent. Okay, I got confused for a second. My God, my God. Can maybe collab with Cleanse Reptiles and do a best pet snake video? I would be open to that. I would be open to that. Stilettos are not great pets, not easy to handle. Definitely. Do you own or do you want to own a cottontail like the rabbit? I'm not a big rabbit guy. Not a big rabbit guy personally. Who's coming out? Linda Darnell. I was thinking we'd take out Linda next. I was thinking we could take out Linda. Spider tails are wild. Definitely. I'm still very far behind on questions. I might have to just scroll past some of them here. What snake would you not own for any particular reason? Ugly, difficult to keep, etc. I don't honestly know. There are some that are just boring and ugly that I wouldn't keep. I do not like blood pythons. They piss me off. Their body proportions just make me mad. So I probably wouldn't ever own a blood python or short-tailed python. Bring out Sweet Linda. Yeah, we're probably gonna bring out Linda next here. If I adopted a Mansion Viper, would many nights will I find him cuddling with me in bed? Probably not. And you can't really adopt them. You have to pay big money for them. They're not really adoptable. They're not really adoptable. Okay, I need to scroll down here. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. What licenses do you need? That's a state by state thing. That's a state by state thing. It depends on what state you live in. Different states will have different licensing requirements and whatnot. What do you need to do to see the feedings? You need to become a channel member. So there should be a join button that you can hit to become a channel member to watch the stream. Unfortunately, if you're on an iPhone, you may have to go through the internet rather than the app. So if you open Safari or Google Chrome, you should be able to join and become a channel member through that. Love your channel. Worst bite. My worst bite I've ever had. Hard to say. Probably, actually, my worst bite was from an iguana down in Florida. I got bit by a big wild spiny tail iguana down in Florida, and it's a left this big scar on my finger and another one right there on my thumb as well. Are there any captive populations of the Philippine or sandbar cobras in the U.S.? I never see them on any venomous channel. Yes. No Philippine cobras, I don't think, but there are sandbar spitting cobras in the U.S. I actually considered getting one a little while back. There were a few that came available. I just don't like dealing with spitters, unfortunately. You gotta just real quick pick up that creepo for me. Dude's like a damn puppy in the back. She's just chilling back there. I'm not gonna bother her by picking her up. Look at her. She's just trying. She is kind of trying to get out. Problem is she's too active. She's super, super active. Do you milk them? We need to make a video about what your emergency bike kit looks like. I will do a video about the medical side of them, but I do not milk them. How long till we see Steve? What time is it? Probably about 30 minutes. We're gonna take out Linda now, guys. We've had John Cena here out for quite a while, so we're gonna put him away. So everybody say goodbye to John Cena, the beautiful Meng Shen Viper. We are going to go ahead and put him away in the enclosure now. There's no reason to keep him out any longer. I've had him out for quite a while here. So everybody say goodbye, Johnny boy. Let's go ahead and hand his. Whoa, settle down, my friend, settle down. All right, we're just gonna use the hook on your midsection then and make it nice and easy here. So let's say goodbye. There we go. He did knock over the wood, unfortunately, but we'll go ahead and set him down in his enclosure here. Just like that. We are actually going to be feeding him later as well. So you will see Johnny Boy again if you are a channel member, of course. Let's get your little tail in there. And there we go. Beautiful. Now let me lock the enclosure here. All right. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take out Linda, our beautiful cottonhead, our hybrid viper, guys. This is going to be a hybrid viper. Leafy Street. Wait a minute. Alex, what are you doing in here? What the hell? You hooligan. You hooligan. I couldn't even see you, I know. Literally couldn't see him. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy behavior. All right, so the next snake we're taking out, guys, is the cottonhead. So this is a hybrid between the copperhead and cottonmouth. I was caught. Yeah, you were, bud. Yeah, you were. All right. Linda, what you doing? Alrighty, guys. Oh no, my snake hook is stuck. Oh no, it's stuck. I'm stuck. Okay, we're good. We're good. I was getting flashbacks to my teenage years. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out Linda here, our cottonhead. And we're just going to set her down right here. Fantastic. She kind of flopped a little bit. Kind of flopped just a little bit. There we go. All right, so this is Linda. She's our cottonhead, one of the two hybrid snakes that we have. This being a hybrid between the copperhead and cottonmouth, two of America's most feared, I would say unnecessarily feared species of venomous snakes. They do not account for very many snake bite related deaths, even though they do account for a lot of bites. I believe the number of copperhead and cottonmouth bite fatalities over the last half century are in the single digits, so a very, very low number. Very, very low number. By the way, I love the Monitor Lizard vids. Please make more. I will consider doing that. Perhaps. Raptor's a good dude. We love Raptor. He's still probably my favorite reptile to work with. Just his intelligence level is pretty epic. Plus, he's just a funny dude, to be honest with you. Is the other hybrid Technoblade? Yes, the other hybrid that we have is Technoblade, our Batwing Rattlesnake, which of course is a hybrid between the Eastern Diamondback and Timber Rattlesnake. Is this a hybrid? Yes, it's the Copperhead Cottonmouth hybrid. A lot of people, it's a little bit difficult for a lot of people to see the hybridization. They think it's just like a normal Copperhead, but you can, if you look closely, you can see the Cottonmouth influence as well. Like that kind of mask on their head there is more reminiscent of the Cottonmouth than the Copperhead. Plus, the banding just looks a little bit different, a little bit unique. You can kind of see the mixture, and the tail does get really dark, like a Cottonmouth tail towards the end as well. Do you have a Gabino? No, I do not have a Gabino. I have a Gaboon Viper, but no Gabino, no Gaboon Rhino Viper hybrid. Only the two hybrids that I mentioned before. What do you prefer, Timber or Canebrake? The Canebrakes look a little better, in my opinion. They have a little bit more contrast, a little bit lighter colors and brighter oranges and things like that. The snakes look like they would be good barbecue. Yeah, if you have absolutely terrible financial management and would rather spend, $300 on this snake rather than $300 on, 10 pounds of prime ribeye. But, you do you, bro. You do you. If you would rather have this snake barbecued than 10 pounds of prime ribeye, then that's on you, brother. How old is Raptor? Let's see. We've had Raptor for 4 years now. We got him in January of 2021. So he's about 4.5 years old, somewhere in the 4.5 to 5 years old. Oh, wow, they F them Johns can kill you. Yeah, so can driving a car. That doesn't mean I'm not going to ever drive in a car. Come on now. What other rare hybrids are people breeding? Not too much. Hybrids are looked down upon in a lot of the reptile circles just because of mixing genetics and things like that. So a lot of them are looked down upon. There are some naturally occurring hybrids, like the Batwing Rattlesnake is a naturally occurring hybrid as well. So that is something to keep in mind. Do you know much about tentacled snakes? They're my dream reptile. They're cool. They can be kept in captivity. They're very unique. They have those sensory tentacles on the top of their head. They're a mildly rear-fanged venomous snake that is fully aquatic. So they are a little bit more difficult to keep in captivity, but possible. I know some people that have successfully done it. Many zoos have successfully done it. So it is something you can do. I don't know if there's anyone breeding them. I think there was a zoo that bred them successfully, if I remember correctly. I don't know if there's any private keepers that are breeding them. So you may have to get an imported one, which is kind of hit or miss. May I please see the boom sling? I don't see him out anymore. He'll probably peek out again in a little bit here. I don't believe they can breed in the wild. They can. They just haven't been proven to. The cottonhead hasn't been ever documented in nature. Do you have anything that eats only lizards? Not right now. Not right now. If I get a strict lizard eater, it'll probably be a paradise flying snake. It's a snake that I really like. They're really cool. And it's something that I would potentially build an enclosure for in my living room. I have a small space that would be perfect for one in my living room. I say small, it's like 6 feet across, but it's only like 2 feet deep. So it'll be a good size enclosure for an arboreal, tree style snake like that. Linda yawned. Oh, she yawned. I didn't even notice. I was reading comments at that point. Would you try dragon snake? Big challenge. Maybe in the future. I have enough finicky pain in the ass snakes right now. I don't want to get a dragon snake. I feel like it would just end up passing away. So it's not really something I want to do at the moment. Did the female Saskia eat last night? No, Heather. She did not. No, unfortunately. But we'll try. Maybe tomorrow. I was gonna head out and get some live feeders tomorrow, so maybe I'll just try giving her a live feeder and see if she'll eat that. But she may just need more time to settle in. Obviously, we've only had her for 4 or 5 days now, so I'm not super worried about it. The male eating was a very good sign. How venomous is Linda compared to her parents? Very similar venom toxicity level. Hybrid is basically going to have components from both of the parent species, so the venom won't really surpass either parent. It'll be kind of between them, if that makes any sense. Do you have any dry marcon? Yes. There's one right there in the background. That's a black-tailed crebo. We also have a yellow-tailed crebo and a Texas indigo as well. I've never heard of a boom sling until I started watching your videos, and now I know why bleeding from every hole does not sound fun, and he always seems angry at the world. I mean, He's not too bad anymore. That was when I first got him. He was a bit of a pain in the ass. They're not too horrible anymore, but bleeding from every hole in your body is a bit of a pain. Do you know Bennett? Yeah. Depends on the Bennett, maybe. Was your aversion to spitting cobras caused by Lucifer? No, my aversion to spitting cobras is one, getting venom everywhere sounds like a pain in the ass, and it is. And two, dealing with a lot of spitting cobras long term risks or increases the risk of developing a venom sensitivity or a venom allergy. Um, just due to more exposure to like aerosolized venom particles, if that makes any sense, from all the spit, like cleaning the spit off the glass and cleaning the enclosure and just being spit at in general. It just means you're gonna be around and inhaling more venom particles, so your body will have a greater likelihood of developing an inherent allergy to the venom because you can't actually, you're not going to be born with a venom allergy to a venomous snake. It's not how the snake venoms work. You need prior exposure. So the more exposure you get, the greater likelihood of developing an allergy is, if that makes sense. Raptor is downstairs, so we're not going to be able to take a look at downstairs. We're not going to take a look at Raptor tonight until the member-only feeding stream. We are doing a member-only feeding stream later tonight, and we are going to be feeding Raptor during that. Bennett, yes, I do know that, Bennett. Do you own a mangrove snake? I don't own a mangrove snake right now. I do really like them. I think they're really cool. I would consider getting one in the future, but right now I'm consolidating all of the reptiles that I have into the enclosures that I have already and that I can fit into my venom room. So I can't really add too much more right now. I'm trying to focus more on upgrading enclosures for my animals and stuff rather than getting too many new ones. Do you own a snake right now? What kind of stupid question is that? I'll be honest with you. What? Do you own a snake? Are you serious right now? Are you for real right now? Of course I own it. What's this? What's this in front of me, man? Come on, bro. What the fuck? Yes, I own around 45 snakes right now. Most of them are venomous. I do have a handful of non-venomous snakes though as well. You don't know yet what your next snake is on your wish list? Yeah, I'm kind of taking a break for the most part right now. Kind of just taking a break. We're working on it though. We're working on it. Little man, please. We'll take a look if Little Man's out after we put Linda here away. What time is it? 8:30. All right, so in about 10 minutes, we're going to put Linda away. We'll see if Little Man's out, and then we'll probably get out a Cobra after that. Should be good. You'd have some interesting questions, definitely. Getting my first snake, a Cali King. Nice. I've had a Cali King since I was 9 years old, so for 15 years. Is it worth having venomous snakes? Depends. I would say it depends. It's a commitment to own venomous snakes. You shouldn't own any venomous snakes unless you're absolutely serious about it. What time is the feeding stream? 9 o'clock Eastern time. So in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, we're doing the member only feeding stream in 30 minutes. So if you want to watch that, make sure you hit that member button, that join button. What was your worst bite? I've never been bit by a venomous snake. My worst bite from anything was from a iguana. My worst snake bite was probably a bite from my California king snake because he bit me and ate past the knuckle, and it was very unpleasant. Do you have a corn snake or ball python? I don't. My girlfriend has a couple of ball pythons though. The rattlesnake, he tasted good. They're common food here in Nevada, so I've heard. What's your opinion on leopard geckos? When are you getting a boyfriend for Katy Perry? I'm working on it. We'll have to see. There still aren't, none have come into the country since I've gotten her. I've had her for over a year, and not a single one has entered the United States since then. Why call me the lamp? Just curious, because it's a fantastic name. No, it's actually based off a really stupid inside joke from when I was a teenager. What do you think about Trump? I do not say political opinions on my channel. Just seems like it'll be a pain in the butt. How long will your feeding stream be? It'll probably be around a 30-minute stream, 30 to 45 minutes, generally speaking. Sometimes an hour. One of my Ackies escaped, just found them after school. They're named Bonnie and Clyde. Fit more every day. Nice. Thanks for the $5, Bovert. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes reptiles can get out, and it's a pain in the butt for sure. Pain in the butt for real. Now I need the story on the inside joke. Oh, it's too much. There's too much lore. There's too much lore behind it. It's such a meme. It's so funny that I've been able to bring that meme with me to as far as I have. It's kind of funny. All right. Well, reptile have you owned the longest? I've had my California king snake for 15 years. That's the longest I've had one. Are there any inherent health issues that Linda has to watch out due to her genetic mix-up? No. Her parents are closely enough related that she is still fertile. She can still breed with another and have babies. So they're closely enough genetically that there's not a health risk, if that makes any sense. Which snake is the biggest escape risk? One of my non-venomous ones in an unlocked enclosure. If money wasn't an issue, what's the craziest enclosure you'd like to build? If money wasn't an issue, I mean, probably a crazy croc enclosure, I would say. Maybe a really crazy caiman lizard or a group of Mertens water monitors enclosure. It depends. How big is the Cali King? I have one that I never really wanted, but it's not huge and 2 years old. He's probably like 4.5 feet long. Do you have any cool boas? My girlfriend does. I don't have any boas. My girlfriend has an Argentine boa, and she has like a IMG het leopard, hypo boa. That's kind of interesting too. Just kind of depends. Can copperheads mate with rattlesnakes? That's a very hot topic. So generally, I would generally say no, but there is one instance, there is one recorded instance of a copperhead breeding with a timber rattlesnake. So it is genetically possible for them to. It's just exceptionally difficult for that to happen. What's your favorite reptile you never want to own? I don't know if there are any reptiles that I never want to own that would be, I don't know, maybe like a marine iguana. I could never keep one alive, so I'd never want to own one of those, I guess. Does your girlfriend help you take care of your venomous snakes? Not really. I don't like putting her at risk. She's not experienced like I am, and she's not nearly as skilled at handling reptiles as I am and reading their body language and whatnot. So it's just not a good idea. What would happen if you got a rattlesnake and White Jason gave it to a copperhead? You could make it work. Theoretically, you can make it work. What's your scariest experience with the snake? I don't know. I've had a handful of what could be considered close calls in my lifetime. All of those, obviously, leaves the heart beating after you make a mistake. But every time you make a mistake, it's a learning experience. You do gain some knowledge and experience from each one. Chiefs or Eagles? Bro, is that a question? I don't live in Kansas, so Eagles, obviously. Not that I wanted either one, but I guess if Saquon Barkley gets a ring, I'm happy with that. He's the only one I kind of care about. He deserves it after the season he's had. Don't really give a crap about either team, though. Have you heard of the cobra that got loose in Grand Prairie? Yes, that was years ago, but I did hear about that, obviously. Last time you were bit, I've never been bit by a venomous snake. Been bit hundreds and hundreds of times by non-venomous snakes. I'm more of a Cowboys fan. Gross. If you're not a Browns fan, you're doing something wrong. Let's be real. I'm getting a hairless and het hairless rats too. Nice. My girlfriend has a hairless rat. It looks like a scrotum. If you could own any reptile, what would it be? Probably the Parenti monitor or the gharial. I would say probably the gharial first, Parenti monitor second, I would say. What snake do you trust the least? Definitely the coastal type hands or the Russell's Viper. Watch the Cowboys comments, Joey. No, I will not. I'm just saying what America thinks, not just myself. I'm backed up by another 300 million people. I don't think any snake, except maybe texture issues, should be subjected to being a Browns fan. Hey, now, trade Miles Garrett to the Lions, please. Yeah, I'm really happy that we're trading the one good player we have left on the team. That's going to go really well. I can see us going back to being just complete dog water. Do you have a tegu? I do not. Have your soft scale vipers started to act like soft scale vipers, or have they stayed mellow? They actually have started to kind of act like soft scale vipers. They have both done the soft scale defense mechanism now, which is kind of neat. Have you ever owned a coach whip, or do you know anything about them? They're really cool. I've never owned a coach whip, but I would like to get a pink coach whip. I want to book a tour at Chandler's. You should probably message him about it or something then. He's got a cool place. Lots of cool animals for sure. Um, how many times has something gone wrong while handling your venomous reptiles, and what's the worst thing that's happened? I've never been bitten by a venomous snake, so nothing truly bad has happened. I would say that. I've had a handful of close calls, but no true bites. Where would I message him on? I don't know, maybe Instagram. I'm not sure. He's probably got a. Actually, I think he's got a website. He's probably got a website. You'd probably do it through that. Have you ever been bitten by a snake or lizard? Yes, I've been bitten by hundreds of snakes and probably hundreds of lizards also. I've been bit by many things in my lifetime. Many, many things, including a possum. That was unpleasant. I've always wanted one. One what? A snake? Snakes are cool. We should get a snake for sure. Superpower, fly, or invisibility? Fly, probably. Although either one would be epic AF. I've never been interested in snakes, but I found one of your shorts and have been fascinated ever since. Thank you for sharing your expertise in beautiful animals with us. Thank you for the kind words, Paige. I'm glad that I could be of assistance to you. Is there anything dietary or environmental that affects a snake's colors, even if it's just minor? Yes, there absolutely are. It's something that we see with boom slings. I have several boom slings, two of which started out completely green and now they are black. So they've gone through a color change for one reason or another. We're not entirely sure. I think it's dietary. I think it's from lack of the same diet they have in the wild. They eat a lot of chameleons in the wild. So I think somehow they get their coloration from something in the chameleons they eat. Initially, I thought it was something related to UV lighting, but that is not true because some of them I gave one of my boom slings UV and I did not give it to the other one, and they both ended up turning black. So it's not something related to UV lighting. I love snakes, but very afraid of them. A lot of them are beautiful. I really like the blue vipers. They're super cool for sure. Definitely beautiful animals. I was on a hike recently and I saw a tiger snake and I wanted to handle it like Joey. Wish I had courage. Just remember to be careful. A tiger snake is a highly venomous snake that can easily put you in the hospital, if not put you down. So don't do anything rash. If you find a carpet python or something, go for it, dude. But don't be messing around with tiger snakes if you don't have a lot of venomous experience. Do you feed your boomslings lizards since they are chameleon eaters in the wild? That's a good question. I feed them chicks, which have similar like fat levels and stuff, similar enough nutrients and fat levels and stuff to lizards. Plus, they do eat some birds in the wild, so I do feed them chicks because it's a lot easier and it keeps them just as healthy. If I had to feed them lizards, then I would, but it would be a royal pain in the ass compared to feeding them chicks, which offer a similar enough dietary kind of formula as lizards would. Are snakes good pets for people who are away a lot? Yes, they are one of the better pets for people like that. Most snakes you can leave alone for 7-10 days at a time without it being much of a risk, as long as they're not a freshly hatched baby. As long as you keep up with care and stuff, it's not too bad. Did you get Uncle Ben from the Urban Rescue Ranch and go herping? I would like to. I haven't seen him in over a year though. It's been quite a while, so I don't know if he'd be down for something like that. I would like to though. I'd like to get him, Leafy Street, who was in the chat earlier, and my friend Dr. Plants as well, all together for a herping trip. That would be a lot of fun. Bro, I just want to thank you for getting me into snakes. I used to be afraid of them. Now I go out every night in the wilderness looking for snakes. Well, I'm glad I could be of assistance, and I'm glad you found a passion. It's a lot of fun looking for snakes. So pretty awesome. Thank you, Lori, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that, Lori. Hopefully you enjoyed the members only feeding live stream that we're doing later on tonight. Why do tumors go through a black phase? Are you familiar with this? It just depends on where they're located. Timbers come in a lot of different color phases, from black to super bright colored. What variety of foods would Linda have in the wild? It depends. So Linda wouldn't really be in the wild, being a hybrid. Copperheads are mostly going to be rodent and insect eaters in the wild. They eat a lot of cicadas and stuff like that. Cicadas, locusts, grasshoppers, rodents. Whereas cottonmouths are going to be way more opportunistic. They'll eat frogs, turtles, fish, rodents, lizard. I mean, the cottonmouths will eat pretty much anything. They've even been documented eating roadkill before. So very interesting snakes. Very, very opportunistic eaters. In theory, if you fed them lizards, considering that's the majority of what most things eat, they could stay green. To add on this, could it be something missing in chicks compared to lizards? Yeah, that's my guess as to what it is with the color differentiation, is that it's something in the lizards and stuff that they eat. Figured it out, kind of wrong for Philly, but I hope I'll figure it out. Catitude, well, good to see you, Catitude. Good to see you. What venomous snakes should I work with to start learning? Copperheads are one of the better starting points, but I'd recommend getting experience before owning anything. Thank you, Joshua, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Where you get any snake, do you research so you're ready? Of course. You should go herping in all 50 states. That'd be fun. Can you show a little man? We could take a look. Have you seen an anaconda? I've been bitten by an anaconda. It was very pleasant. Let me see if little man's awake right now. Let me see if he's awake real quick. Nah, he's sleeping, unfortunately. So unfortunately, little man is currently sleeping, so we're not going to be able to really take a look at him right now. But that is okay. We're going to go ahead and put Linda away, and we're going to get out a cobra. We'll get out Steve the cobra for you guys. We'll get out Steve, good old-fashioned Steve. He's a good man. We love Steve here. Just go ahead and do this real quick. There we go. Alrighty. So we're going to put Linda away and get out Steve here. All right, there we go. Sorry if I missed a few questions. Is that a coppermouth? More or less, it is a cottonhead. If you ever come to Texas, as a Cedar State Park, I'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah, sorry, little man is hiding. Thank you. Based on what alt? Thank you for the, is that Australian 449? I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm heading out for the night. Well, have a good one. Thanks for showing up. All right, guys, we're putting Linda away, so everybody say goodbye to the wonderful cottonhead known as Linda. We're going to go ahead and put her away. So everybody say goodbye, Linda. Goodbye. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and put her away, and we are going to get out the wonderful, the illustrious, the Steve. We're going to get out Steve, the handsome boy himself. Very, very handsome man indeed. Very, very handsome man indeed. I hope you're ready for Steve. Anyone else loves snakes but afraid of lizards? That's unique. That's very interesting. I know there are a lot of people that are opposite to that, but that is very interesting indeed. All right, so I'm going to get out Steve now, the cobra. I hope you guys are ready to see Steven, the most handsomest spectacled cobra around. That's for sure. Hello, my friend. Hello, my friend. Look at this dude. What's he doing? What's he doing? Thank you, Pit Dad, for the 5 gifted channel memberships. I appreciate that, Pit Dad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What are you doing, Steve? Hello, Steve. Hello, Steve. What's up, buddy? What's up, my friend? My friend. But thank you so much, Pit Dad, for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that. A few years ago, my Among Us name is Call Me Lamp, and about a year ago, I found your channel. Nice. Nice. I wish YouTube notified me of your lives. Is there a way to fix it? Yes, there's a way to turn on notifications on the channel. There is a way to turn on notifications. There should be a bell somewhere on my channel that should allow you to get notified. Thank you, Catitude, for becoming a Steve level channel member. I appreciate it, Catitude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You joined Skeeter at the Steve level, I think. Are most spectacled covers as gentle as Steve, or is he just an anomaly? I'll be honest, he's not gentle. He wants to kill me. He tries to kill me quite frequently. They're all pretty mad usually. They're usually pretty mad snakes to be real with you. I'll be honest. I would be 100% honest with you. What is the rink hall's name? Lucifer. His name is Lucifer. I get to watch the feeding stream now. Yes, you do. You're a channel member now. How much is the membership? I think it's $5. I think it's $4.99. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. Can he see? He's in shed right now, so he can't see super, super well. You can't see super, super well. Thank you, Catitude, for the 10 gifted channel memberships. Thank you so much, Catitude. Holy cow. Love to see it. Congratulations to the 10 lucky winners of the gifted membership. Remember, guys, if you won those channel memberships, you'll be able to watch our members only venomous snake feeding stream that we're doing tonight. We are going to be doing a venomous snake feeding stream. It is a member only stream, and that will be starting in 13 minutes. So if you are a channel member, you will be able to watch that. What's your rarest snake? My rarest snake is my red-headed Crady Perry. She is a super awesome snake. She is the only one in the United States. Only one in the United States, and she is absolutely beautiful and epic. Absolutely epic. But yeah, thank you so much, Catitude. Always good to see our community giving back to our other community members. Absolutely awesome to see for sure. Gotta love the community giving back to each other. The crate is my favorite. She is definitely an awesome snake for sure. That's right, Pit Dead. Oh no. Oh God. The competition coming out. I would argue Mangs are rare too. Yes, the Mingshin viper is definitely a very rare snake species, but more common in the United States at least. Definitely more common in the United States. Let me take a little drink break. Hey, Steve, what's up, buddy? Look at him. I wish there were hats on here, like on TikTok. I wish there were hats. Can you get out Raptor? Raptor in a different room, unfortunately, so we're not really going to be able to do that. Thank you, Order Anarchy, for the gifted member as well. I appreciate that. Congratulations to the lucky winner of that as well. Always good to see. Thank you so much. Will you show your type hands more in the future? Yes, we will probably be showing the type hands a little bit more in the future, at least in YouTube videos. Remember, make sure you're checking out our full-length YouTube videos that we're uploading. We're going to be posting at least once a week, if not more frequently here in the future. I actually plan on posting another one this weekend, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be quite active on YouTube going forward. What's Steve thinking right now? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Joey chat, no more TikTok. Not for now. Maybe we'll multi-stream in the future, but for now we're going solely on YouTube. TikTok just pissed me off, unfortunately, so we're not going to be going back there. They demonetized my last viral video for no reason at all, so I think they're just trying to take advantage of people until it ends up getting banned. I don't know. Hard to say. Still thinking about Joey? Yes. Yes, he's looking at me. He's looking at me all freaky like, why are you looking at me like that, bro? What's up? How do you get Steve to sit so still? Well, he's a cobra. Cobras are very emotion oriented. As long as you have their attention, they're not really going to move around too much. And him being blind right now means that he's going to feel more comfortable just sitting where he's at rather than kind of roaming around, if that makes sense. He has a flute off screen. I do actually. I do have a flute off screen. Thoughts on breed any reptiles the ones that naturally do? Definitely good if you want them to breed, Allison. With a lot of them, it's not really necessary just to keep them, healthy in captivity. It depends on the reptile. But if you want them to breed, and they're a species that naturally brumates, then I would definitely recommend it. Otherwise, you're definitely going to be struggling to get them to breed for the most part. It depends on the level of brumation, though, I would say as well. But something like the Mengshen vipers and red spotted pit vipers that I have, if we want to breed those, we'll definitely have to brumate them in the future. They're very, very difficult to breed. You definitely have to be pulling out all the stops like that if you want to be able to breed them. Do you have to exit this stream to watch the feeding stream? Yes, I will be stopping this stream in 9 minutes, and then I will be starting a members only feeding stream at that point. So we'll be stopping the stream at about 9 minutes and then going to a members only stream. What are you doing, bro? Look at that. Look at that pattern on the back of his hood. He's looking good. He's looking back at me with his eyes. Um, let's see here. Thanks. Always hear different opinions on brumation in captivity. Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, keep in mind there is an inherent risk with brumation. Sometimes you do it a little too much. You have to keep an eye on them. And obviously, reptiles are a little fragile sometimes when it comes to cooler temperatures. So you definitely need to be careful about how you do it, but it is a necessary risk if you want to breed the more difficult species for sure. What's the closest call you've ever had with working with your venomous snakes? Hard to say. Hard to say. Thank you, Catitude, for the 4 months. She's just trying to get on the leaderboard again. Oh my. She's trying to take over the leaderboard. Is the Sauce Guild named yet? Because Dr. Philip McSaw would be great. Oh my God. That's terrible. What reference is that from? I don't even know what that's from. It sounds horrible, though. We might do it. We'll see. We did get a pair. It's a male and a female. So we could do another pairing kind of name session. We'll have to see what makes the most sense. He's so freaking beautiful. He's in shedding right now too. He's shedding, so he's gonna look very, very pretty in about a week. Next week, when we take a look at him, he's gonna look even more beautiful. What's your most intelligent snake? Definitely my king cobra, Shelby. She is by far our most intelligent snake. You can just see her brain functioning, unlike with a lot of our other snakes, definitely. Are snakes of the same species fight if you put them together? It depends. Some of them do. Some would. Some wouldn't. Some would get along with each other. Some would try to eat each other. It just depends. Why do his spectacles look like a cute cat? Because he's special. He's a very special spectacled cobra. A very unique pattern on his hood. That is for sure. What do you mean they're all genius? No. Thanks for the info. Looks like you have a huge collection of beautiful snakes. Everyone have a great night. Stay blessed. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, of course. I thought it looked like a cat too. Yes. It kind of looks like a cat face. It also kind of looks like a panda. I usually call it as panda. It looks a little bit more like a panda when he's not shedding like this, when the colors are a little bit more prominent. Still can't figure out how to join. Maybe someone in the Discord can help you with that. Maybe someone in the Discord can help you with that. Oh my God, you're live? Yes, currently I am. I'll be live for another 6 minutes, and then we're going to a members only feeding live stream where we feed some of our venomous snakes. We're feeding our king cobra tonight and our red-headed crate, along with some other stuff like the Mengshen viper. Does Crate Perry do the classic crate twitch? Not really, actually. She does it a little bit if I catch her off guard. Okay, I'm gonna take back that not really. She does do it, not as badly as some of the other crates do, though, but she does do it. Either law, it's impossible to join. It's probably because you're on an iPhone. If you're on an iPhone, you have to do it online rather than through the app. You have to do it through Safari or through Google Chrome. When Fishing Garrett collab, hopefully this year. Hopefully this year. Thank you, Brad and Itzy, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brad and Itzy. I appreciate your support. Make sure you tune into the member only feeding stream tonight. That will be starting in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Why are you looking at me like that, bro? Huh? Why are you looking at me? Have you ever had an emergency to go to the hospital? Never a snake emergency. No, never a snake emergency. Will the feeding stream be on YouTube or just Discord? It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube here. I had to leave for a minute. I had to feed my own snakes. Valid. Definitely valid. Steve is looking at us right now, low key. He's kind of giving us the stink eye. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Steve, what? What's okay? I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. I apologize for my transgressions, okay? Remember, guys, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out when you guys show your support by hitting the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You have a bite planned in case? Yes. He looks like a finger puppet. He kind of does, he kind of does. Never actually seen a Nick Cobra that was actually chill. Yeah. Yeah, he used to kind of act chill, but he grew up unfortunately, and now he gets pissed at me, and it makes me sad because I want to play with him, but he gets mad. So we can't be stupid, unfortunately. I can't explain it, but I suddenly really want to see Snake F1. What is that? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. All right, guys, we're 4 minutes away from a member-only feeding stream, guys. 4 minutes away. I had a dream, and you and Steve were in it. Nice, nice. I've had a lot of people say that. Usually women, though, and they like between the ages of 20 and 40. They don't usually mention Steve. Um, I usually ask them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, Steve was in it." But just kind of weird. Thank you, Alina, for becoming a channel member as well. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Name is Tombstone. Nice. Nice. Lie? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I would never lie to you guys. I would never do that. Out of all the snakes, which one is your favorite? Definitely my red-headed crate. Definitely my red-headed crate. She's my favorite snake. This man dictates my life. Nice. Nice. Steve's dancing a little bit. Do the Steve dance. Do the Steve. Oh. Okay, Steve. Ashley from Wisconsin. Hello, Ashley from Wisconsin. I'm Joey from South Carolina. I now catch snakes because of him. Good. Very good. Can we see Raptor, please? Raptor's downstairs. So we are going to feed him today in the member stream, but we're not going to be going down there till the end of the member stream. So unless you are a channel member, you're not going to see him tonight just because he's all the way downstairs in a different room. So it would be a big pain to go down there right now to take a look at him and whatnot. Can they see when their eyes are white? Not super well. He's not completely blind. Like if I move my hand, you can see him react to it. So he's not completely blind, but certainly his vision is way worse than it used to be. Have you dealt with any crypto in your collection? Luckily, I have not dealt with crypto before. Is Steve open enough to attack you in a close range, or are you far enough to be safe? I mean, I'm around 3 feet away from him, so he can't hurt me here. I'm nice and safe over here, and I would just move out of the way if I was in the way. Do you feed all of them in one go? How long does it take? I split it up, so I feed usually around 8 to 12 per night, depending on the night. I could like line them up to do them, once a week or so. Obviously, some need to eat a little more frequently and a little less, depending on the snake. But I usually do like 3 or 4 feeding nights per week, and I'll feed like 8 to 12 per night on average. Do you have double doors in your room? No, not really. I mean, one of the entrances has double doors, I guess, technically, but what is your biggest snake? My python, my Burmese python's around 10 feet long. What snake eats the most out of the whole collection? The baby snakes probably eat the most. I try to give them the most food so they can grow the most, especially like Hillary, our baby cobra, probably eats the most compared to her body weight and size. All right, guys, it's 8:59, so we are 1 minute away, guys. We are 1 minute away from our member-only feeding live stream. So if you want to watch us feed all of our venomous snakes, we are feeding some really cool stuff tonight. You do have to hit that join button to become a channel member to watch that. We are feeding Shelby, our king cobra, our red-headed crate, our Meng Shen viper, our boom slings, and more. Should be a lot of fun, though. Should be a lot of fun. But why is becoming a member so complicated? I don't know, because YouTube is stupid, unfortunately, Becca. Unfortunately, if you're on an iPhone, you do have to join online through Safari or Google Chrome. You try looking up youtube.com/callmethelamp/join. That could work, potentially. Thank you, Madison, for becoming a channel member as well. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a good night. And for all of my channel members, I will see you all in about 1 to 2 minutes when I have the member only stream up. So don't go anywhere. I will see you all very soon. Later.